a vast, desolate military base from World War I era. The sun is setting, casting long shadows over the abandoned barracks and old, crumbling buildings. The dry, wind-blown grass surrounds the base, rustling softly as the sky grows darker. The air is heavy with an eerie silence, broken only by the faint howl of the wind. The scene feels haunted, as if the past still lingers here. Inside an old, worn military house, the lighting is dim, with a flickering bulb barely illuminating a narrow hallway. The room is sparsely furnished, with military gear scattered around. Suddenly, the camera pans to reveal every light in the house is on, despite the occupants having turned them off earlier. In the kitchen, the faucet is running, water spilling over the sink. The room feels strangely alive, with an unsettling tension hanging in the air. A small, cramped kitchen with old, yellowing walls. The upper cabinets hang low over the counters. The atmosphere is quiet, almost too quiet. The camera focuses on a man, bent down in the lower cabinets, looking for a pan. As he stands up, the upper cabinet doors slam open with a violent force. His head strikes one of the doors and he stumbles back, blood dripping from his forehead. The room feels claustrophobic and oppressive, as if something unseen is watching. A long, dimly lit hallway in the military house. The walls are cracked, peeling, and the floor creaks underfoot. At the far end of the hallway, a faint flickering light casts weak shadows. Suddenly, the eerie sound of giggling echoes through the corridor, accompanied by the unmistakable sound of toddler footsteps, small, clumsy, and fast, approaching. The footsteps stop just before reaching the camera, but the hallway remains empty and silent. The tension rises, as if something is hiding just out of sight. A small, cluttered bedroom filled with packed military gear. The door suddenly slams shut with a loud bang, trapping the man inside. He rushes to the door, pulling at the handle with all his strength. The door moves slightly, but just as it begins to open, it slams shut again with a supernatural force. The camera zooms in on his face, showing frustration and fear. The door feels as though something powerful is holding it closed from the other side. Suddenly, the door swings open effortlessly, revealing an empty hallway. The room is filled with an unsettling, oppressive silence. The military house stands in the background, dark and still, as the first light of dawn breaks over the horizon. The man stands outside, looking back at the house with a mixture of relief and unease. The house appears cold and lifeless, its windows dark like hollow eyes staring out at him. The wind blows softly, rustling the grass, but the atmosphere feels heavy, as if the house is still watching. The eerie calm is broken only by the sense of something lurking, unseen. A montage of unsettling images, a glowing red UFO hovering over a dark sky, flickering lights in the distance. A dense forest where a large, shadowy figure, Bigfoot, moves through the trees, barely visible. The scene transitions to a dark night sky, where Mothman's silhouette soars against the full moon, its eyes glowing red. The visuals are eerie and atmospheric, with a sense of foreboding building throughout the sequence. A final shot of the military house at dusk. The windows are dark, and the shadows are long, wrapping around the structure like tendrils. The wind begins to pick up, and a faint sound of footsteps and a child's laughter echoes through the air. The camera pulls back, leaving the house behind, but the presence of something supernatural still lingers. The screen fades to black with an eerie, unsettling calm,